One of them could be the exposure to the language. So in your international school, of course, everything is in English. However, when our learners go home, they might have no exposure to the language. So they don't get pronunciation, they don't get modeled language around them. And that oral language, as we said before, really supports reading and writing. They lack that support because they just don't get that at home, so they can't bring that to the classroom to help make meaning of a text. With that, of course, as well, is vocabulary. Kids in their first language, they're like little sponges quite often. They pick up all these words around them. When you are in a second language learning environment, you might not hear those words at home. Actually, it's the same in certain areas as well. For first language learners, there's not enough exposure to maybe more academic language, so that vocabulary we really need to feed in explicitly as teachers so they become enabled. Another challenge, prior knowledge, I think, as well, of our students. A very simple example could be I'm working with my students in Dubai on a reading about wombats, kangaroos, koalas. So that is not something, they're not familiar with those animals. We've got a lot of camels around, but definitely no koalas or wombats. So you need to develop the prior knowledge so they can actually relate to the story, that the story becomes relevant to them as well. So you might need to build that with them. Culturally wise, there might be a huge difference between exposure to reading and developing the reading habit. So that's something we need to develop with our learners as well, that focus and concentration. And of course, their first language might have a different alphabet, and that is the main challenge for a lot of students. But like I said before, even first language learners can have those challenges, and it's our job to support them to overcome them in the classroom.